I became one of 8 students who went downtown to demonstrate at the public library on Main Street. And we went in and began to mill around and look at the books and things. And the director of the library came down and he told us, asked us to come upstairs to his office. And we went quietly and were acting very nice, as we always were. And he told us that we would have to leave, that we couldn't come to that library. And we said, why? You know, why we can't come to that library? He said, because you have a library, this is the white library. You have to go to the Negro library, the colored library, again, where we had that one room. So he asked us to turn around, that we can stay. And we did exactly as he said. We went back to the church, and we told Reverend Hall that he asked us to leave. And Reverend Hall said, well, why did you leave? We said, because he asked us to leave. And he said he encouraged us to go back. We told him if we didn't leave, we were going to have to go to jail. He said, well, that was the point. If you go to jail, this means that you will be able to we'll be able to do something about it. So we turned around and went back. And there are pictures of us now in the archives somewhere where the 8 of us went back. We went back to the library, and this time we went in and selected a book and sat down. And they called the police. And I, being about 90 pounds, I remember vividly this big white man in this big blue suit with the brass buttons. He tapped me on the shoulder. He said, I'm going to ask you to leave 3 times. And if you don't, I'm going to take you to jail. So the others were sitting down reading their books, and the same thing was happening to them. So he asked me one time, I didn't get up. He asked me again, I didn't get up. He asked me the 3rd time, and he did exactly what he said he was going to do, take me to jail. And that's what he did. They piled us up in the police cars. I think we were handcuffed. Some say we were, some said we were not. I remember being handcuffed, I thought. Well, we were taken downtown to jail and booked. And this was something that, you know, it was quite an experience, because we were actually put in the jail cells, and we didn't stay very, very long. There was a bondsman, I'm trying to remember his name. He's not living now, but he came to get us out, and 2 lawyers, Judge Smith and Lawyer Sampson, they came to get us out. And they put the girls in the same cell and the boys in the same cell. There were 5 girls and 3 boys, I believe. No, well, 5 girls and 3 boys, or 4 boys, I can't remember. And they all living except one young man, Willie Joe Wright. He passed away so many years ago. But they took us to jail, and we stayed there for a while, and they came and got us out. And all I remember is just walking home on that day and telling my mother what I had done. Because I didn't tell her I was going. I didn't ask her if I could go. I just went. And she was not angry with me, but they did put our telephone numbers, they put our names in the paper and our street addresses and everything. We got hate calls and everything. It was terrible. But after that, we went around to churches and told why we did this and what we felt could happen as a result of this sit-in, because some of the older people couldn't understand, older blacks couldn't understand why we were being like this. But we were being like this because we knew our parents paid taxes. And we were in college now, some of us, and we needed that library to help us to write papers and do different things as we were growing up now. So this was something we didn't have. So after a couple of weeks, the case went to court, and we were all dressed up that day, ready for whatever, but the judge threw it out, and the library was then open. It was shut down for 2 weeks, I believe, and then it was open to everybody after that. So I said everybody can go to the library then and now. And Jesse Jackson, the famous Jesse Jackson, was our spokesperson.